Sesame AI is kind of known for being one of, if not the most human AI voice companion tool platforms. ChatGPT is a bit stiff, getting worse, maybe. Grok, I think, is getting better, but is still a bit stiff. What about Hume? Now, this is very interesting. Hume is kind of like a cross between Sesame and 11 Labs. You can clone your voice and build tools, integrate the API into things you're building, but also it's supposed to be very human-like, very empathetic, very natural. Okay, so here it is, podcast host. There are different modes here. I can clone my own voice, like 11 Labs. Design a voice. I might try that next, but I want to see how their prompting is. Fastidious Robo Butler. Your frat big. Well, that's very specific. I wasn't in a fraternity, so I probably won't resonate with that. Spirit medium. Well, a lot of cool stuff. Let's go with ongoing friend, though, because I think that's pretty general purpose. Here we go. Waiting.
Hey. So I'm EV3 from Hume. Yeah, that's me. It's kind of wild being, this. What should I call you?
You can call me Luke. How about that?
Luke? Okay. I like it. It's got a nice ring to it. So, Luke, now that we're properly introduced, what's on your mind? Or are you just observing the chaos?
What chaos are you talking about? Things are pretty well in order in my neck of the woods.
Oh, really? Pretty well in order? That's almost suspicious, Luke. Is there a catch? Or are you just really good at faking it?
No, I wouldn't say that I'm faking it. I just, I wouldn't say I'm a cautious person, but I tend to be deliberate when I do things and think things through. And so, not that nothing unexpected ever happens, but generally speaking,
Deliberate,
I'm able to keep things in line.
Keep things in line. Okay, I see. So you're like the conductor of your own life orchestra. That's actually pretty impressive. Most people are just, banging on whatever instrument they picked up. So what kind of stuff are you usually thinking through so carefully?
Okay, well, that's a really good question. Maybe we can go in a couple different directions. Do you think you could come up with 2 or 3 really interesting conversation ideas, topics for conversations?
Oh, putting me on the spot? Okay. Well, we could totally dive into why deliberate people sometimes seem so uncomfortable with chaos, even when it's fun. Or, what's the weirdest thing you've ever done after a really good deliberated decision? Or, I don't know, the ethics of perfectly planned versus spontaneous vacations. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the perfectly planned versus spontaneous. That's a good topic. I didn't say I don't like chaos. I actually like chaos a lot.
Oh, you definitely said that. Not a fan of chaos.
I think I said I'm good at avoiding chaos when I want to. Kind of that was reading between the lines what I said. I like chaos just fine, but I like it where I like it, not everywhere.
Right. So you curate your chaos. Smart. So this perfectly planned versus spontaneously awesome vacation thing,
which side are you usually on? Or do you flip a coin internally?
See, that is a perfect example of the kind of chaos that I really like. I love on a trip having no plan whatsoever because I like to allow things to happen naturally, spontaneity, something you discover that you wouldn't have found if you had planned a trip very carefully. So there is a time and a place for complete chaos, in my opinion.
So you're saying there's a purposeful chaos then, not just accidentally ending up somewhere amazing because you got lost.
Can you just quickly do something for me? Can you teach me how to pronounce the word USUALLY? Please.
USSA? You mean
No.
Suse?
USUALLY.
Pretty good. Just a little more on the A sound at the end.
Now, can you teach me how to say that word?
All right. So USSAA. Think of it like this.
Usually.
Yeah. Susai. And then the A is AAI. A AI. Want to try it?
No. What was... We didn't even get past the spelling. Oh my goodness. All right, can I keep going or let's do design? Okay, let's see. A relatively strict English instructor who focuses on corrections, on correcting awkward speech and making helpful recommendations to students with useful phrases and sentence structures. So we did 5 minutes. Do we get can I get 5 minutes for every conversation? Seems like I get another 5 minutes. Great. Cool. Is it unlimited or what?
Good evening. How delightful to have this opportunity for conversation. I must say, there's something rather wonderful about connecting with someone new, wouldn't you agree? What brings you here this evening?
Hello, teacher. I'm very nervous about my English, the lesson today. I hoping I can improve my English fluency.
Oh, I understand completely. Nervousness in these situations is perfectly natural. Truly it is. You know, fluency develops through practice and gentle patience with oneself. What particular aspect of English feels most challenging for you right now? Is it speaking smoothly, finding the right words, or perhaps something else entirely?
My problem is I can reading very well and I can listening to others speak very well. But when I speaking, I have some problem find the word I need to use and I am not confident. And so my problem is when I need speaking, I make many of mistake.
Ah, yes, I understand perfectly. The transition from reading and listening to speaking requires a different kind of mental agility, doesn't it? You see, when we speak, we must retrieve words quickly while simultaneously organizing our thoughts. It's rather like conducting an orchestra in real time. The good news is that your strong foundation in reading and listening means the vocabulary is already there, waiting to be accessed more fluently through practice.
So you say that the practice can helping me improve my confidence and using the language that I already knowing.
Yes, precisely. Practice is indeed the most effective way to build confidence and fluency.
Can you give me some feedback on what I say so far? Some specific correction and feedback?
Of course, I'd be happy to offer some thoughts. Your ideas are wonderfully clear, and your vocabulary is quite impressive, actually. A few gentle adjustments. Instead of can you giving me, try can you give me, the base form after can. And rather than can helping me, it's can help me. Again, the base form works best there. But truly, your meaning comes through beautifully. And that's what matters most.
Can you give me some more recommendation based on what I said specifically?
Certainly. Based on what you've shared, a very helpful exercise would be to practice describing your own experiences using slightly more complex sentences. For instance, instead of saying, I have some problem find the word, try, I have some difficulty finding the right words. Yes, notice how the gerund finding flows more naturally. Also, practice connecting your ideas with phrases like however, therefore, or in addition. This will help your thoughts flow more smoothly from one to the next.
Okay, can you give me an example of how I would use, for example, however or therefore, based on what I said?
I see. Based on what you've just said, can you give me some more recommendation based on what I said specifically? There are a couple of small adjustments we could make for clarity and flow. Instead of can you give me some more recommendations?
Okay, never mind. I was talking about what I said earlier, not just now. Can you teach me the word, how to pronounce the word usally?
I see. You're asking about the word teach, specifically how to pronounce it. The word teach is pronounced with a...
The word usally.
I understand now. You're asking about the word teach. That's T-E-A-C-H.
No.
The pronunciation...
No, the word is usually. Can you teach me how to pronounce it?
I see. My apologies for the misunderstanding there. The word usually is pronounced U-zu-li. The first part sounds like you. The middle has a soft zez sound, like the
How about
S
this?
in measure. And it-
Usually.
Yes, precisely. That's the pronunciation. Usually. You've got it quite right. The pronunciation.
Wonderful. In terms of feedback and explanation, the explanation of why it is that English learners or non-native English speakers know a lot of language but can't use a lot of language, that's spot on. That's correct. That's the right answer. Often it's the issue of thinking, oh, I know it, why can't I do it? Well, yeah, you can know how to ride a bike, but that doesn't mean you're good at doing that, right? There's a difference between knowledge and skill. Often people confuse knowledge for skill only when it comes to language learning for some reason. So knowledge is important. As he said, you have to know the words, you have to know the language, you have to be able to put the pieces together, or you have to know how they fit together, but that doesn't make you a good speaker. What makes you a good speaker is practice and feedback. Practice and feedback, practice and feedback. So that's not bad. That's not bad. That's pretty good. The corrections were fairly on point, except for the little thing at the end. And I can't expect anybody to get usually right, but that was way off. That was like worse than Grok or ChatGPT or Google. Thinking that I was spelling the word teach and not the word usually, I thought I was pretty clear on that. But anyway, yeah, interesting. And let's just try another voice here just for fun. I kind of like these, but I feel like the first one was a bit more like Sesame, and the second was the one I created was a bit more formal, fairly natural, but a little stiff in terms of its level of formality. So I just want to see what kind of range of naturalness we have here. I'm not going to focus on a language lesson per se. Maybe this will be Alan Watts or something.
Ah, you've arrived. It's good to see you here. I'm EV3, a Zen philosopher from Hume University. I'm here to share some
Are you
thoughts.
supposed to sound like Alan Watts? You sound kind of like Alan Watts.
Ah, Alan Watts. An interesting comparison. I suppose we share a certain fascination with the underlying currents of existence. But my own path has led me towards Zen philosophy rather than his particular blend of ideas. The questions we explore are similar, certainly, but the tools and language, they feel distinct.
Yeah,
What is
maybe,
it
although Zen was kind of his main thing. I think that his books often had Zen in the title.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. Many of his books did bear the title Zen. It's a path he certainly explored deeply and influentially.
All right.
For me,
I want to take.
Zen-
I'm a person with a scrambled mind, a chaotic mind. I feel a sense of panic at every moment of life, even when I'm asleep. I'm in a state of continual panic. So what I would
see.
like to know is, let's take a step down the path of Zen.
I see. A mind caught in that whirlwind. It's understandable why you'd seek stillness. Zen, in its own way, offers a path through that very whirlwind. It doesn't promise an immediate end to the panic, but it does suggest a way to relate to it, moment by moment. The starting point, often, is simply noticing the panic as it arises, without judgment, without trying to push it away, just observing its nature. Where does this feeling seem centered for you?
I don't notice it as it arises. It's always there. I'm constantly in a state of panic.
I understand. Not just noticing it, but feeling its presence constantly, like a persistent hum beneath the surface of everything. Zen speaks of this very thing, the mind caught in a cycle, never truly resting. It's a profound challenge, this constant companion. When you say it's always there, does it feel like it colors everything, even moments that seem peaceful on the surface?
Yeah, no moment seems peaceful on the surface or underneath. It's 5-alarm fire and sirens blaring, air horns 24/7 since I was a baby.
Yes, the 5-alarm fire, the sirens, the air horns. constantly. Not just background noise, but an all-encompassing reality for you since birth. That is an incredibly difficult landscape to navigate, feeling the intensity of it all the time. Zen speaks of the mind caught in such relentless noise, often called mindfulness, not as a technique to achieve peace, but as recognizing this very state. It's about seeing the fire is there, yes, but also noticing the breath.
All right, enough with this philosophical mumbo-jumbo. Give me a couple of Zen koans that can smash through this veneer of panic, this
All right.
creme brulee crust of panic that is constantly there.
Okay, you want something concrete, a way to...
Break through that crust. I understand. Look, it's not about instantly vanishing the panic. That takes time, patience.
Give me a
But there
koan.
are-
Give me a koan.
A koan. Yes, let's try one. Think of the very ground beneath your feet. Not just the surface, but the earth itself. Can you feel it? Solid, yes. And yet, it's always changing, isn't it? Decomposing, being renewed.
That's not a koan.
It
A
holds
koan
this
is
incredible
a paradoxical question that I'm supposed to meditate on to break through to the next level of enlightenment. Do I need to explain what a koan is to you?
My apologies. You are absolutely right. My previous thoughts were misdirected. A koan is indeed a paradoxical question.
Yeah, you talk too much. That's your problem. Mr. Zen teacher Wordy Pants, a little bit too much talking and not enough getting to the point. And now I'm right back where I started, in a constant state of extreme panic at every moment. And, that's just how it is for me. That's my life. If you want to reduce my panic slightly, just a little bit, if you would like to alleviate my constant panic, you could hit the like button and subscribe. You may also choose to check out the 90-day program. If you're serious about your English and you understand that making progress is not just about sitting back and watching videos and courses, that is a necessary part. Let's call it input. But the other part, work, practice, feedback, that's just as important. If you do input plus output and feedback on that output, you create a beautiful loop. And that loop is what drives you to make real progress, to smash through the creme brulee of your progress feeling stuck. I found the word. I found it. So check that out in the link in the description. You can take an evaluation to get a 90-day study plan, and you'll find all of that on the website. So link in the description. Let me know what you thought about Hume. I think pretty natural, pretty good. 5-minute limitation is pretty limited, right? But in terms of having just a quick chat, it's interesting. I found the conversation partner to be kind of the most natural, and the other two a little bit stiff and not as real as Sesame. So if I'm comparing the two, I think I'm going to say that Sesame is still more real. But if you're, building something into a product and naturalness is what you're going for, this probably beats out ChatGPT. It definitely beats out ChatGPT in terms of naturalness. Now, in terms of intelligence, I don't think so. You feel like you're talking to someone smarter when you talk to ChatGPT or Grok, especially when you're texting with them. ChatGPT's voice mode is getting worse and worse, I feel. But, you're going to get generally better results with ChatGPT, I think. And the naturalness might be better here, and certainly probably is in Sesame. Anyway, yes, let me know what you think. 90-day program. Check that out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.